Welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So Cells at Work is an anime series that was actually released back in 2018, but now we have season 1 here on Netflix. And so this is an anime that's a little bit different from the ones I usually watch because it's educational. And so the whole story is we are inside a human body and we're watching these human cells at work. And we kind of see what they're going through every day, and most importantly, how they're dealing with all the disasters, or in this case, sicknesses that a human body goes through. So that is the general story. So getting into the things that I like about this series is the world building. And so within this body, we have a whole world of cells, bacteria, and viruses. And it's pretty much the same as being on the outside world. And within this particular world, we have different societies and cultures of cells. And so we have red blood cells, white blood cells, bacteria, viruses, supporting cells. All of those things basically represent all the people within this world. And then in terms of the different locations, like the lungs, the heart, the brain, they represent different cities. And so I really do like that world building, and it makes a lot of sense, and it's a lot of fun whenever you are thinking about it that way. And then the second thing I like is the main characters. We have our red blood cell, white blood cells, we have our killer T cells, we have many other supporting cells as well, and then we also have the variety of bacteria, viruses, and pathogens, and they're really likable throughout the whole series. You know, out of these 13 episodes, I really didn't get a sense that any of these characters were really boring or annoying, and even if they're minor characters, they each played their role, and it just made it fun overall. And then the final thing that I enjoyed about this series is it was educational. I actually did learn something. And even though it's not entirely factual, because obviously this is still an anime that's entertaining, a lot of it's really cool how they would talk about things like a cold or maybe things more serious like cancer, and kind of explaining how these work together in the human body. And so that was a really cool thing as well. And I would also say along with that, you know, it's fun to learn and be entertained at the same time. And that doesn't happen very often whenever I'm watching anime. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool used at GeekOutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. So getting into the things that I didn't like as much, the overall story and plot, it's pretty much the same. You know, they always have a disaster and they kind of come all together to actually fight these bacteria, pathogens, viruses, whatever they are. And so that's pretty much the same story throughout. And even though I didn't necessarily get bored from that, it just was kind of the same thing over and over. And then the other thing that I didn't enjoy as much is, at least in season 1, you don't learn as much about these cells, even though you do get some backstory, specifically with the red and white blood cells. I was hoping to learn more, and you kind of do get the sense that maybe in future seasons you will learn more. And so even though it's not something that I expected to be a lot of depth and stuff, it would have been nice to just get more story about these cells, bacteria, pathogens, whatever they are, because once again, you know, this is its own world and it has its own characters. And then the final thing that I would say that I didn't enjoy quite as much is the variety or lack of variety on the viruses, bacteria, and so forth. They were pretty much the same characters, and even the cells themselves, there's not too much variety, but I can't really knock that too much because once again, this is more educational and entertaining at the same time. So I guess they were kind of limited in the types of characters that they can provide, or maybe that's something we'll see in later episodes. And so overall, Cells at Work, I think it is a fun and really rarely an educational series, and I had a good time watching it. So hopefully we'll get future seasons of this. I'm not sure if there are future seasons. I'll have to look. But if there are, I'll probably watch those as well because I did enjoy this world. And so those are my thoughts on Cells at Work. If you've seen this series or any other series similar to this, let me know some of your thoughts by leaving that in the comments area below. And if you want to see more of my anime reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you'll get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators Group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.